Roll the corn. We know the truth now. Peace to God's chosen people on God's chosen promised land. I love y'all, and I'm in love with you. Hit the like button. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Put where you're from and put the corn in the chat. Roll the corn. Casey Macon, what's up, bro? Tone Low, Detroit in the building. Dirty Red, what up? Robert Lamb, Jerry, St. Louis in the building. St. Lunatics, Charleston, South Carolina, Springfield, Mass. What's up, Fresh Prince? Compton. Shout out to Bumpton. Corpus Christi, Arawak, what up, Cleveland? Roll the corn. Florida, Arawak, what up? Florida, Arawak, what's up? Hebrew speaking. Roll the corn. Georgia, Chicago. We know the truth now. Tantrum Artwork, what up? Y'all hit the share button for me, hit the like button. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube, please go subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in my bio. Hit the like button for me. If you on YouTube watching this, hit the like button for me, man. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Akir, what's up, brother? How you doing today? Beacon, New York. Roll the corn. Scrap, Divine Love, Iris. Appreciate the likes. Anna. Peace, peace, peace. Tone Loc, you already know it's all good, bro. Longview, Texas. I got family in Longview. G-Mo, I got some family in Longview, bro. Got some cousins out there. Roll the corn. Now today, peace to everybody, man. Everybody, hope everybody having a great, great, great morning. Roll the corn. Today, I'm going to talk about what was done for the survival of beings on the earth. At some point on the earth, famine had affected the whole earth, people. Famine threatened the whole human civilization at one point on this planet. That's what they don't teach you. People were starving to death all over the world, people. Starving to death all over the world. People are still starving today. Let alone 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 to 10,000 BC. People are starving. And there are certain places on the earth that 9 times out of 10, if you was there during a certain time in history, you were starving. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to big up no other cultures, but I'm gonna show y'all how famine affected the knowledge of the earth. And famine and agriculture shows you what really happened on this planet. That's what shows you what really happened on this planet. This is what shows you who are God's chosen people. This is what shows you who has some type of, when they speak about the covenant in the Bible with God, the covenant says the promised land is plentiful. That's where this come from, people. And the lands that go through famine are disobedient to God or nature. That's where they come from. See, you got to know the basics, right? The basics is, in ancient times, if you was in famine, you were disobedient to nature. You were disobedient to so-called God, right? Let me show y'all who disobedient. Let me show y'all what they taught us. They told us we were the sinners when we were disobedient. But they were the people who were disobedient because the first covenant was for agriculture, people. And if our people done agriculture first, we got to go around and save the planet. Y'all think this a joke. People think this a joke. They think the people from Mary didn't save the world. We saved the whole world. Roll the corn, the advanced agriculture, the spirituality, the knowledge, the math, the irrigation of the land, the teachings of how to be a virtuous person, all came from here, bro. Roll the corn. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hebrew, crossover. Hebrew, crossing over. Going around the world, teaching certain things. Crossing over, passing over. Hebrew. This is where this comes from. These are God's chosen people because they are doing one thing ain't nobody else doing. Particularly, feeding their people. We were feeding our people. So therefore, we got a covenant with nature and the earth and the skies to go around and help everybody else feed their people. That's what makes us God's chosen people. That's what make us the Atlanteans. That's what make us the Hebrews. That's what make us all these names. Let me show you. You gonna understand it now. We got it now. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. Watch this. Might have to shrink the receipt down. Let me see. Roll the corn. Hold on. We know the truth now. Let me find the receipts. I got to shrink this. Hold on. Let me get a receipt. Let me get a receipt now. Let me find the receipts. I got to shrink this. Hold on. Let me get a receipt. Let me get a receipt. Let me get a receipt. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Put the corn. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Roll the corn. Y'all got me? Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Okay. What makes God's or nature's chosen people? What makes them God's chosen people? This is how you got to look at it. What makes them special than every other being on the planet? What makes them so special that there is a covenant between them and nature and God? What makes them so special? Agriculture make them special. Agriculture make them special. Roll the corn. Virtuousness, agriculture, astrology, math, how to work the land, how to feed your people, how to be outstanding, great people, how to build structures, how to dig down in the earth and pull out minerals. This is what makes these people special. But agriculture makes them specifically special in a time where the whole world is starving, people. During this time, when God's chosen people popped up on your land, the world was starving. And they figured it out that they got to move around and help people. They got to go help. The whole world owes Tamari some props. These people moved around and started helping our ancestors. Watch this. The covenant and the blessing. Agriculture was intricately linked to the Israelites' covenant with God, people. The covenant with God is to take agriculture to places where it was not there. The fertility of the promised land, the fertility of America. We were fertile, nobody else. Asia wasn't fertile, Europe wasn't fertile. China wasn't, I'm going to show you. China wasn't fertile. Europe, well, you know Europe wasn't fertile. We were the promised land because we were fertile. We were in tune with nature. That's what make us God's chosen people. It ain't because you prayed a lot. It ain't because you just prayed a lot. It ain't because you just know Tamari Indian. It ain't because of none of that. It's because your ancestors created mass agriculture before everybody. Without feeding your people, knowledge is nothing, people. If you know everything, if you got a boyfriend and he know everything, but he can't feed you no food, that shit don't mean nothing. You smart nigga, but where the food at? Where the grocery at? You ain't got no hustle to get no grocery. We ain't finna eat up in here, but we here trying to read books. Get your ass out of here. We not finna watch no stars. We not finna do nothing. If your boyfriend is an Einstein, but he can't figure out how to put no food, no crab legs, no chicken on that plate, he finna get his ass out of there. Am I lying, women? What are women at? Give me something in the chat. Nigga, can you survive, nigga? Is we gonna eat today, or is we gonna starve? Do I gotta sit here and really think today if I'm gonna eat something with this man or this woman? That's powerful, people, because survival is nourishment. First you get nourishment, and then you move along to everything else, right? If you are malnourished, you cannot think. You can't work. You can't do nothing. Can this nigga feed me? That's what the women saying. Yeah, you smart, but where the food at? Roll the card. We just gotta go back to simple math, right? Just gotta go back to basic survival skills. See, today we forgot basic survival skills. In ancient times, ain't no food, ain't no Popeyes, ain't no damn Kroger. Somebody got to know how to get the earth to grow some crops for the woman to put in the pot. Roll the corn. Now, what makes God's chosen people? Agriculture. Linked to the Israelites' covenant with God. The Israelites are descendants from the Canaanites. The Canaanites are our ancestors. So Israelites are descendants from our ancestors over here. They just happen to live in Israel. They went there. Don't you see what's going on? Let's keep going. The fertility of the promised land was seen as a sign of God's favor. Why is it seen as a sign of God's and nature's favor? Because wasn't nobody starving. The fertility of the land of Tamari, fruits, vegetables, seafood, fish, rivers, lakes, natural springs, grass, cattle. We got everything we need to survive. Other places don't have this, people. While a drought and famine were viewed as consequences of disobedience, agriculture laws by God gave the Israelites detailed agriculture laws. Detailed agricultural laws. The only people who can create detailed agricultural laws are people with actual agriculture. Don't you see where I'm going with this? America always had agriculture. Roll the corn. Why did we always have agriculture? Because our ancestors figured it out thousands of years before everybody else. That's why we had large tribes over here. Why do you think we got all these tribes in America? We got the Choctaw, Chickasaw, Seminole, Yamasee. We got the damn Utes. We got 700 tribes around here. We wouldn't have that many tribes. It wasn't no food. It's common sense. Now, famine and drought were viewed as consequences of disobedience. So the people who are in drought and famine are going against God's will. Don't you see what they're saying? God's chosen people are fertile with the promised land. God's unchosen people have drought and famine. How the hell the melanated people, the unchosen people? They switched the lie on us, tried to tell us God cursed us. No, God cursed y'all first. No, God ain't curse us. No. Y'all were cursed from the start. Don't you see the difference when they teach you in the Bible that melanated people are cursed? They went against God's will? No, y'all went against God's will from the start. Because God's will is nature, agriculture, feeding your people. Right? Allowing the land to follow every 7 years. That's Hebrew. We don't work the hell out the land. We work the land for 7 years, then we let the land sit there for a year. Get back right. Then we replant it again. That's Hebrew. You don't work the earth. You treat the earth just as good as you treat your people. You treat the earth just as good as you treat your people. After that 7 year, we let that land rest. We were doing it in Southeastern Indians done it. Roll the corn. Yes, I got receipts. That's Hebrew. Now let me tell you again, the fertility of our land, Mary, it was in God's favor, while the droughted land and the famine land was in disobedience of nature and God. We brought the agriculture laws over there, and when we bought them, they called us Hebrews. They called us Atlanteans. Now you see what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Just have to break that down so you can understand it. We can understand what's going on, right? Ethiopian famine, 1970s, 1980s, 1983, 1991, East Africa, 2011, famines, 67 famine, 80 famine, 91 famine, 2010, famines are still going on in Africa today. Imagine 5,000 years ago. Let's keep going, truth. Famine in Africa during ancient times are documented. Through specific years are not always precisely recorded. Famine recorded in ancient Egypt, 2700 BC. Hold on. Let's stop right there. Famine in Egypt, 2700 BC. Roll the corn. Now, in 2700 BC, the Egyptian civilization was already there. Why is there a famine going on in Egypt. Why? If they so sophisticated, they know everything. They the cradle of civilization that you tell it. Egypt had famine just like everybody else because it's in the middle of the desert. It don't matter. This is not the promised land. Roll the coin. It's not. Let's keep going. Even on artifacts like the famine stela of Egypt, showing you famine in Egypt. Famine and collapse worldwide is believed to have impacted parts of Africa around 2200 BC. The Great Ethiopian Famine of the 1800s. Africa and Egypt had famines in ancient times and in new times. These are not God's chosen people. I just showed you God's chosen people was, wasn't it? These are not God's chosen people. But before I keep going, let me show you this. Let me show you this. I mean of the stock of the 10 tribes, and for the following reasons they are the stock of the 10 tribes. First, they were to go to a land not planted, people. They were to go to a land not planted. Asia, Africa, Europe, not planted. North American Indians planted. Don't you see what's going on? Don't you see what's going on? That's the covenant with God. The covenant with nature is to do what? Go to a land not planted and show them how to feed themselves. Don't you see what's going on? We them people. It was our duty to go to a land not planted or known and roll the motherfucking corn. Let's keep going. I just showed you Africa. Africa, BC times and modern times. Famine. Not God's chosen people. I hate to teach it like this, but I gotta teach it like this because it's the only way we gonna learn it. Roll the coin. I'm not trying to talk bad about Africa or Asia or Europe. I'm just telling y'all what made our people God's chosen people on God's chosen land. Because we are fertile land. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Egypt, 3500 BC, famine. That's before the pyramids were built. Right? Round about the same time. Famine in Tigray, 1535. Great Ethiopian famine. Famines everywhere in Africa. Ancient Egypt, famine. These not God's chosen people, 3500 BC. Roll the coin. Y'all can act like they God's chosen people. I know they not, because I know what it takes to be God's chosen people. You got to be able to roll the crops at a high level and feed people and teach people survival knowledge. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. The Middle East. The Middle East throughout history. Notable during the World War I recent crisis. The Great Famine of Mount Lebanon, 1915. Great Famine of Lebanon. You see that? Famine, 2016 to the present. They still in famine today. Let's go to ancient Middle East. Yemen famine, still to this day. Other historical famines. Middle East had also experienced other periods of famine, including some associated with extreme weather events, locusts, right? 1939 through 1944. Right? Let's go to ancient Middle East. In ancient times, the Middle East, particularly Egypt and Levant, experienced periods of famine due to various factors, including droughts. They ain't got no water. Fell down floods, climatic shifts, the Old Kingdom famine of Egypt, The 7-year famine of Egypt. They talk about that in the Bible. Roll the corn. 1700 BC, famine. See it? BC time famine. They got famine in BC times, and they got famine all the way up to the day in these areas in the Middle East. Still to this day. How the fuck is this the Fertile Crescent? How is this the Fertile Crescent? How is this? See, this is what he hunter-gatherer will teach y'all. We got a little bit of corn, now we the Fertile Crescent. Nah, no the fuck y'all ain't. No the hell y'all ain't. I showed y'all where the corn came from. I showed y'all who brung it. Sumerian mound builders coming from here with bloodlines from here put that corn over there in Nineveh. Yeah, them ain't aliens. Nah, them your damn ancestors. Roll the corn. Them ain't no damn aliens. Ancient Samaria, Middle East, drought. These facts. This ain't nothing I'm making up. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. 1100 BC, famine. See it? All in the Bible. Famine, biblical narratives, famine. Book of Ruth, famine. 12th century BC, last Bronze Age, collapse, famine. Egyptian records mention food shortages during the reign of Merin-Ptah and Ramses III. These pharaohs weren't even feeding their people. They weren't even feeding their people. Roll the corn. They got a little bit of our stock, but they not us. Egyptians got some of our blood, but they not us. Our people would have been rolling the corn all up the Nile. We wouldn't have starved. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Nile river failures, insufficient or excessive flood of the Nile, climate, environmental changes, political instability and war, weakened the food shortage, manages food reserves, disrupted agriculture, foreign invasions. This is why I told y'all Egypt collapsed. Foreign invasions and the food crop. Egypt collapsed. Ain't no Tartarian buildings going up over there. All the people with the knowledge is gone or starved out. Roll the corn. But in America, we kept evolving from the pyramid all the way to the Tartarian style building. We were still eating good. Knowledge still growing. The knowledge stopped in Egypt. Then the hunter-gatherers came in and dug up all the damn bodies. The hunter-gatherers came in after that, dug up all the tombs. Why would you dig your ancestor tombs up, hunter-gatherers? Think about this. If you know that's your mama and your grandmama in that tomb, why would you, I'm not digging that up. Hell, don't touch that. What you doing? You about to get your ass hurt touching mama and them in the tomb. Them ain't y'all people. That's why y'all digging up all the pharaoh, going in they shit looting. Them ain't your people. You stealing ass hunter-gatherers. Roll the corn. Y'all digging up looking for gold. Them is not y'all people. Because ain't nobody with no sense gonna dig their own people up. Fake ass Arab Dravidians. Y'all are not the people of Egypt. Y'all are not the people of Kush. Still over there today digging up bodies. If this is y'all culture, why you won't leave it alone? You know in your culture that it's a curse to go in that tomb, but that ain't your culture. Your culture is a stealing hunter-gatherer. Just like the YT people going in the mounds of America. Y'all culture are stealing, corrupted, hunter-gatherer pieces of shit. Roll the corn. When have you ever seen a melanated man digging up a tomb who didn't get paid by no YT in Africa? We not finna do that. You have to look at what they are doing to understand who these people are. They digging up our shit because they ain't got nothing to dig up. They civilizations did not build like this. They burnt their ass at the stake, burnt them up on top of leaves and shit, threw them in the water. Wasn't no elaborate tomb with no gold, with no hunter-gatherer in there. Roll the coin. Let's keep going. Famine. Let's keep going. Famine. Reoccurring challenges in the ancient Middle East. This ain't the Fertile Crescent. Who the fuck taught this? Where the crops at? Where the food at? Y'all got reoccurring challenges in the Middle East of famine. Historical records, evidence, insights of resilience of ancient civilizations in the face of food shortages. Y'all got food shortages. We don't have the problems over here. We God's chosen people. They still got food shortages till this day. That's why they flock to America, people. Now you understand why they flock their ass over here. They starving over there. It's only a couple of people eating good over there. The normal everyday human in Europe and Africa, in the Middle East, is barely eating right now. The normal American is eating big ass hamburgers and fries right now. You see the difference? Let's keep going. Let's go. Pre-Roman period. Significant drought, plagues and famine, disease and famine. Famine in ancient times linked to war, disease, climate, events, droughts, extreme weather. Y'all got extreme weather because the shit the desert. It's the desert. This is Spain, people. This is Spain. Where the Moors at? Where the fuck the Moors at rolling the corn? Moors over there got diseases and at war and droughts too. Famine was a frequent occurrence in the medieval Europe. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. Ancient Spain, where the corn at? Where is the big Moorish blouse wearing niggas at with the corn? Where the crops at? Where y'all big Moors at? They built all the buildings and rolled all the crops. Where they at? I don't see them. If they were so big and bad, wouldn't be nobody starving over there. Where they at? Let's keep going. I don't see them motherfuckers. Look. 6th century famine. Famine in ancient times often linked to war, disease, climate control. Famine was a frequent occurrence in medieval Europe, but specifically documentation from very ancient times in Spain. Where the hell? What the helly? I see why y'all bringing y'all ass over here trying to do something. I see why y'all bringing y'all poor ass over here trying to do something. Y'all have been not eating over there in Spain. Only body eating is the king. The king and the queen and the army. There's everybody else starving. All these Spanish teaching ass niggas. All you conquistadors and Moors where is y'all civilization at? Why y'all ain't got nothing to eat? Huh? Cause see, this how we judge who the big dogs is. This how we judge who the big dogs is. Who feeding their people in ancient times? Sure wasn't the Moors. They were feeding themselves. Greedy as hell, feeding themselves. They cousin and mama and auntie them starving. I guarantee it. They taking pictures with white girls and shit, putting on ugly ass clothes, taking pictures with white girls, they family outside starving. He in there talking about, oh, I got a white slave. But your family, that shit don't mean nothing to us. That's your culture. That is your culture. That's why y'all not us. Y'all not us. Y'all trying to survive on your own. We survive with the whole tribe. No man left behind. No man or woman left behind over here. Y'all over there starving folks out. Let's keep going. Let me show y'all who else is in on the list. Europe experienced numerous famines. The Great Famine of 1315 affected Northern Europe. That's Russia and all of that. Famine in the 1920s, 1940s. Drought, war, poor weather. Let's keep going. 13th century famine, 16th century famine, 17th century, every damn century, y'all over there starving. Ireland starving. Who else starving over there? Northern Europe, everybody ain't eating shit. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Ireland, starving. Famine and food shortages in the 20s and 40s. Starving. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Great famines all over Europe. Look at all that shit. England, 1300. 1304. Every 10 years, these motherfuckers got a famine. Look. Localized famine. 1304, 1330, 1349, 1350. God damn. Is anybody making some food over there? This before America wrote. This is before y'all got all the crops. Widespread death, social unrest, even instances of infanticide and cannibalism. Cannibalism? Oh my God. You damn hunter-gatherer. Eating y'all own people. I told y'all where the vampire shit came from, didn't These God's chosen people? Hell no. God chose people from nowhere near that motherfucker. This what y'all banking on, eating your own people. The Black Death over there eating babies. This is who y'all trying to tell us over there in the Middle East and Europe and Africa is God chose. Hell no. You can put a preacher in a room with truth now. You can bring me a preacher right now, I'm going to tear his mouth out. A preacher don't want to see me. He could be melanated, white, Roman Catholic. I don't care who. Bring me a preacher. I need to talk to y'all, bro. Because y'all over there trying to say these God chosen people and they eating their own people. It don't even make no damn sense. Bring me a preacher to the live so I can tell them about himself and all the lies that they have told throughout history about my people. If you know one, tag him. Because I'm sick of these motherfuckers. Roll the corn. They keep going. They keep it moving. Now, they say America experienced some famines, right? Out there in the Southwest a little bit. That's what they say. But let's check it out. Watch this. Now, 1609 to 1610, Virginia, starving. These white people. This not us. We weren't starving in 1609. These crackers. Roll the corn. Yeah, Jamestown, yeah, them crackers. Yeah, they ain't us. Roll the corn. Where is the indigenous people starving in? That's what I want to see. Where early colonial settlements. Nah, we wasn't in no colonial settlements. That's cracker shit. That's white tea shit. Roll the corn. Nah, we wasn't in no colonial. Nah, they starved. Famines, right? White tea people shit. Let's keep going. Where are we starving at? I don't see it. Right? Food shortages. United States high development of agriculture system and infrastructure for food production and distribution, making widespread famine unlikely. America, food production and distribution, making widespread famine very unlikely. Very, very unlikely famine is hitting America. Why? Because we got agriculture. We got distribution and agriculture production. It's very unlikely that we starve in Tamari. Move your ass to Africa. Y'all want to move to Africa? Go on over there. Y'all want to go over there? Talking about back to Africa movement? Take your ass over there. When your stomach start rumbling, don't try to bring your ass back. When your stomach start rumbling, you over there losing weight, stay your ass on over there. This is where you think you from? Go on over there. Roll the corn. Go on over there to Africa. No disrespect to Africa, but go on over there with your Tamarican ass and you're going to starve to death. You're not going to get no food like you think you were getting over here in Chicago, in Atlanta. No, ain't no hot wings, baby. Ain't no American deli. No, ain't no deli over there. Ain't no lemon pepper. Ain't none of that shit. You think you finna be dipping ranch? No, okay. Your ass finna be eating some damn yams. That's what you about to be eating. Roll the corn. Now, I missed the receipt. I gotta find it. It might still be coming. It might. Now, America is very unlikely, right? The United States, a modern nation, largely avoided famine. We largely avoided famine. Still to this day. With all these hunter-gatherers over here, we still fed all y'all ass. Roll the corn. Still to this day, we eating good in the neighborhood. Motherfucking Applebee's. Roll the corn. Still to this day, we tearing shit up. Still to this day. This is what made us in ancient times God's chosen people. Right? Look at the map of Africa. Famine takes grip in Africa's prolonged conflict zones. Look at all the famine all over Africa, people. Look at this famine, people. This is widespread famine. This is not God's chosen land. Because not having agriculture is disobedient to nature. Let's keep going. Ethiopia famine, 1980s. They still in famine, people. These people are starving to death. I love them and I'm in love with them. But our melanated people are starving to death all over the world, people. This is a big thing in ancient times. Let's go to Europe. Look at the famine going across Russia. Look at that. Ukraine famine. Siberia famine. People already received American aid. You see them dots? You see them dots? The people received American aid. You see that shit? Siberia? We still feed y'all motherfuckers today. What are y'all talking about? Y'all ain't no God-chosen people, Native Americans coming from Siberia. We still feed y'all ass today. You see that? People are already receiving American aid. Siberia. These God-chosen people building mounds and rolling corn and teaching you about the Syrian star? Hell no. What the? Y'all done lost y'all mind even trying to teach us that bullshit. We still feed these people today. Dropping out big ass pallets of food. This is what separates the knowledgeable from the unknowledgeable. How good you can take care of your kind. I'm gonna tell y'all, before I keep going, I'm gonna tell y'all something that bothers me. Tell y'all something that bothers me personally. It bothers my soul. Back in ancient times, we stuck together, people. Back in ancient times, we went to Africa and the Middle East. They enslaved us, tried to kill us, tried to rob and steal from us. We stuck together and shot them motherfucking arrows at their ass until death done us part. We didn't break up. We stayed together the whole time. Everybody gotta go. If somebody gotta go, all us going down together. We met up at the mounds and traded goods in likeness. Beautiful people of nature, helping each other out all over the country. We met up during the spring equinox. We met up during the summer solstice, bringing shellfish from Florida, corn from Mississippi, copper from the Great Lakes. Beautiful culture. I'm telling you what I know. Speaking Hebrew. All of them. Because all of them came from the same stock. Roll the corn. We worked together. We were united. It took people united to put them big. Look at the Mississippi Delta. The Mississippi Delta is square mile after square mile after square mile of beautiful crops still to this day. It took unity and togetherness to put that mound up and bury their ancestors and to put them crop fields for hundreds of square miles straight down to the water. And today, we can't get along to save our life. It bothers me. Hunter-gatherers broke our language and put us against each other to do their job for them. They hate us, so therefore they won't make us hate our own people. They don't want us to work together, so they don't want us to be around each other in mass quantity. 2 or 3 young guys sitting on the block in Atlanta, the gang unit ran up on them, people. 3 young guys outside the gas station drinking a soda. They gang unit now. No, them ain't no fucking gang unit. They live this they land. They can't even stand together and talk amongst each other. Then y'all try to make them a gang, bro. Gang unit pull up, checking, let me see your tattoos. What the fuck? They don't even want us 2 or 3 deep walking to the gas station. Imagine 1 million of us. They do not want us to unite no type of way. Roll the corn. Now, tell y'all how ironic things work. All you natives, Mexicans, Latinos, y'all let these fake ass Native Americans attack us. We the only people that can help y'all. Y'all let everybody attack us, but we are the only people that can help y'all. You know why? Because we originally from here. We can stop that bullshit if we wanted to. Y'all bashed us so bad we got out the way. Y'all talked about we from Africa so bad we got out the way. Like, do what y'all do, Trump. Go ahead. Everybody else kicking us in the ass. Y'all turn. Why do you think it's just gonna be us? It's gonna be y'all ass too. Quit thinking it's just all pressure on us all the time. It pressure on y'all. More pressure on y'all. At least we stay on our land. Y'all gotta move back to poverty. We could have stopped it. Melanated people in America could have stopped it. We could have stood for y'all, said something, got in the way. But since y'all want to act like we from Africa, we're going to get out the way and see where y'all ass from. We're going to wash our hands and we're going to start seeing where y'all ass from. Get out the way. ICE, do what you must do. Ain't none of my business. Because when they on our ass, don't nobody say nothing to help us. When they on us, when they unaliving our kids in the street, polices and all that, y'all don't come in there and say nothing. Y'all don't come stand out there and fight. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all don't even get on the internet and say nothing about it. Y'all just be like, okay, another dead nigga. No. See, y'all keep playing with God's chosen people. Hunter-gatherers is going to wipe y'all out. They can't wipe us out. They're going to move y'all ass all the way back across the country to starve. Okay, keep playing. It ain't about what's right and what's wrong. See, that's the problem with people. It ain't about what's right and what's wrong. Them people was never right. True enough, you might be indigenous, you might be supposed to be here, but they don't care about that. Why do you think Trump is making the one blood drop shit? Boy, if you not, boy, if your ass born over here, you still going home. The man is making it to where if you born on the land, you still going home. Y'all keep playing with us. Y'all gonna see. Y'all supposed to been had our back a long time ago. We could have got y'all, but no. Y'all left us hanging. We from Africa. If we was from Africa, we would have been on a boat going back. Let me say that again. If we were from Africa, we would have been shipped back. I'm talking 30, 40 years ago. They been wanting our ass off the land. You think they want y'all off the land? They want us off the land for real, but they can't do it. Because your ancestor blood in that mound, and they know it. That predate them, that trump them. So they just give you the story, but they don't give you the immigration. Have anybody melanated in this chat got some immigration paperwork? Who from Tamari? Yeah, put yes or no. Look at the chat. Have y'all got some immigration paperwork back to Africa? No, never, no. Who else? No, sir. No, no truth now. Hell no, truth. Fuck no. Nada. We ain't got to go back nowhere. We from here. Now, if you really think we were from Africa, they would have put that shit in the mail a long time ago. ICE wouldn't have pulled up at the club. ICE would have pulled up at the club, the melanated nightclub, while they in there popping bottles and took everybody's ass to Africa. They can't do it. They can pull up on y'all and do it, though. Right in your neighborhood, at the store, wherever. Why is that? Because y'all sided with the damn colonizers. And when it's time for them to get y'all ass out of here, they don't care about you no more. All I gotta say is that they don't really care about us. They don't care about y'all ass like that. Y'all think y'all over here, y'all ain't got to go. And I'm not saying it's right, but when have them people ever been right? Never. But they can't fuck with us. They can try to enslave us or put us in jail or and get some taxes off of us. Well, boy, we ain't going nowhere. That's a fact. Let them pull up and try to run us out of here and watch how fast this shit flip. They're going to flip quick. Roll the corn. Now, Siberian, Native Americans, y'all still getting help from American food to this day. All the way from the early 1900s all the way up to this day. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Asia has experienced numerous devastating famines throughout history. The Great Chinese Famine. Chinese famines. See that? Let's keep going. Numerous famines in British rule. Famine recently in India. British rule. Famine recently in India. 18th, 19th, 20th century famine. The Bengal famine, 1770. 1.5 to 3 million deaths from food famine. You see how serious this shit is? Do you see how serious famine is? I think I can show y'all every part of the world and show y'all the importance of agriculture in ancient times when it got there. That's what I'm trying to show you. Let's keep going. Famine in North Korea, Vietnam during the World War, Cambodia. Famine has caused various factors: natural disasters, droughts, economic instability, government policies. The greatest famine in history, the deadliest famine in history, in Great China famine. In history. Right? Famine in India, less frequent, and severe after independence. Right? They came back around. When ancient time, they had famine. Famine across different Asian regions and time periods. Let's keep going. In ancient China, 2200 BC, famine. 114 BC, famine. That's why this is so important to take this agriculture knowledge, God's chosen people around the world, back in BC times. Big famines, widespread drought. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. 1443 BC famine. Ming Tang famine. 1714. The Xingqian disaster. Every 100 years of famine in China. Coming up to BC times. Roll the corn. Locust plague, severe drought. Famine. Ashokan famine. Delhi famine. Killed thousands. Famine everywhere. Let's keep going. British, major India during the British rule. Famine, 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 famine. Look at all the famines in India. Why do you think they coming over here? Still to this day, famines. All the way up to, what, 1943, famine. Roll the corn. The Great Famine, Northern Europe, in the early 14th century. This is before they came to America. Right before they came to America, early 14th century, they ass was starving. They ass was starving. Yes, they was. These are not God's chosen people. These are hunter-gatherers trying to survive on the planet. They don't have time to read no stars. They ain't got time to build no mounds and pyramids. They ain't got time. They're trying to scrape up something to eat. Simple. Let's keep going. Ancient Egyptians had famines, flood failures, right? Mesopotamia, Tigris and Euphrates River. This is when civilization started to rise over there, right? Mesopotamia's reliance on irrigation to cultivate crops in the arid climate made it vulnerable to disruptions of water supply, right? So when our people put the knowledge over there, that's when the Fertile Crescent comes out of nowhere. Crop failures over there in Tigris. You see that? Climate, dust storms. They in the desert. This is before our people put the knowledge over there. The Fertile Crescent, considered the cradle of civilization due to significant advancements in agriculture. This is when they became who they are. When our people put advancements in agriculture over there. In the areas of Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, Israel, parts of Turkey, and Iran, fostered the development of some of the world's earliest complex societies. Right? All them people got the knowledge when we brung it. Let's keep going. Agriculture techniques were crucial for the development and growth of ancient Egyptian civilization. The Nile's fertile silt deposits. Now, silt deposits. Silt deposits is an irrigation system is very important because a culture learned how to use rivers for silt deposit to grow crops. Silt deposit on the Nile. Watch this. Watch this. Silt deposits on the Nile. Mississippi River. What was going on in the Mississippi River? What did they get that from? Right? Where did they get that from? Silt deposits. It's in here somewhere. Hold Hold on. Silt deposits. See that? Silt deposits on the Mississippi River. See that? Silt deposits on the Mississippi River. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. Silt deposits on the Nile. Silt deposits on the Nile. Silt deposits on the Mississippi River. That's a culture, people. They understood this long time ago how to do this on rivers. But the Mississippi is older. The teachings is older. It comes from here. That's how they knew how to do it on the Nile. Let's keep going. The Mississippi Delta, the flood plains, the silt deposits, irrigation. This is where this knowledge started. This is where it started. And when we learned it, we went around the world and taught this agriculture knowledge to other cultures. Roll the corn. Now, when the Nile developed some type of silt deposit, basin irrigation, that's when their civilization started to thrive. Efficient farming practices, including the use of tools like wooden plow. The plow is from Tamari, people. There's knowledge of the plow going over there, teaching it. Roll the corn. It was something else I wanted to show y'all too. The Ottoman Empire was in here too. I missed them. I want to show y'all about the Ottoman Empire too. I missed them. They was in famine too. Roll the corn. The Ottoman Empire were hunter-gatherers. Yes, they were. Yes, they was. They was in famine also. See, can I find a receipt? I must have missed it. But they were in famine also. Roll the corn. Let me show you. I think I got it somewhere. These people were in famine all over the world. Roll the corn. Hold on, let me see. I might can't find. I might have to go back. Let me get a receipt. Let me see. I might can't find. I might have to go back. Let me get a receipt. Corn. Now, give me a 2. Give me a 2. Y'all hear me? Now let's go back. I showed y'all all of that. To show y'all this, to tell y'all this. When we speak of the astrology that our people made up for agriculture, that became religious texts. When we teach of the things that we done, not working the soil every 7 years, being virtuous, in tune with nature and your people. You feed, everybody eat together. Things like that. Everybody bury the ancestors elaborately. This is a culture, people. When you see an Egyptian buried under a pyramid, they started from a mound builder putting somebody under a mound, people. This is a culture. It just evolves, right? When we speak of all of these religious texts about these God's chosen people and Hebrews and Atlanteans and all that, this is who they were. This is who they were, people. The American Indian, descendant of a mound builder. That culture is the culture that planted around the world, right? And when I see that culture doing the same thing we always do, I can tell, right? Now let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Let me give you a great example. Now this is in Ohio. This is in Ohio. The Straight Cross, mound builders. The oldest Hebrew on the face of the earth done this. Right? Because the next Hebrew had the X. You see that? Now let's go way across the world. 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 In Greece, Europe, same cross. Same ancient first Hebrews moving around the world. This is a mound, people. This is a mound. Now these same people who built this mound, built this right here. Let me show you what they started evolving to build when nobody wasn't messing with them, right? When they wasn't out at war and nobody wasn't fucking with them. Look what they started to build. Look at it. This explains everything. These are the minions, or the Keftua. This explains everything. The mound builders evolved to build the column structures, people. The mound building culture evolved to build the column buildings. Now look at our column buildings in America. How elaborate are those buildings? Where did that knowledge come from to build something that beautiful with columns? This is a culture, people. Our people are the damn Tartars. The so-called Tartars in Russia, North Europe. This Europe, people. Greece is in Europe. You think we went over there building shit? Yes, we was. The Moors took recognition for our buildings. Right? They didn't build it. See, you think this stuff is relatively old, new. This stuff old. Them buildings is old, people. They come from mound building all the way to this. Do you see the colors on that building? The columns? Imagine this building before they tore it down. You see it, right? Minions. Imagine that building before they tore it down, people. Beautiful. The best structures on the face of the earth. At that time frame, right? Come on now. Now, when you really go search history, you really see how these people look. That's you. We ain't got to sit up here and make up no tartary stories about free energy all day and act like we don't understand who built it. We know who built it. Because when you research history, they try to hide the knowledge, but you just got to keep digging. Go to other countries and find out the names of the people. They say, just because the name is different don't make them a different culture. This is just what they called them in that area of the world, right? These are the people who built them granite and limestone buildings. These are the people bringing the crops to these areas. The gold, the copper. These are the Atlanteans. That little bit of research that I've done for these people shows you the code. They were mound builders, Tartarian-style building builders. They bringing gold and copper to Egypt and Europe. And they also bought corn, people. They also bought corn. Watch this. I show this every day because I want y'all. A lot of people be teaching, but they don't be proving what they saying. I'm going to prove to y'all. The minions, right? They brought copper and corn. You see that? Corn across the Atlantic. Dominions. Do you see that? I'm going to teach that for day all this week because I want y'all to see that they built mounds, buildings, brought corn and copper and gold across the Atlantic. These are melanated Americans. You see it? Minions, corn. Let's go back and look at their structures again because I don't want y'all to forget this. They built this mound with the old ancient Hebrew sign on top, right? And they built this. And they look like this. These ain't no damn hunter-gatherers. And they look like this. You see how corn showed me the whole way? Now, when I put that knowledge together, it's the same knowledge of Tamari. Justin 84, come talk to me. Where you at? You got 5 seconds on the break starting. Come talk to me. You say they not black. No, they not black. You got that right, but you're trying to be funny. These are copper color, melanated people from Tamari, just like me. Just like me. Hunt. Start the break with Justin 84. Start the break with Justin 84. Get him out of here. Talking about they not black. They sure ain't no damn Spaniard. They sure ain't no Native American. They for sure ain't no YT people. I see black hair, brown skin. Woo, ain't too many of yeah, black hair, brown skin. I don't know. It ain't that hard to figure out. Ain't that hard to figure out, big dog. We not black. Roll the corn. It's always one of you old Spanish DNA dudes in the comment trying to talk slick. I just want to show y'all that, bro. This is how they looked. And I'm going to find some more pictures of these people. I'm going to find some more pictures of these people just to show y'all. Right? I'm going to find some more. And let me talk about this right quick. Anacaona, the melanated chief in Haiti. When the colonizers pulled up. Anacaona. These people were speaking Hebrew. This is her brother right here. They got a depiction of her brother also, right? These melanated people. Let me show you. This is a depiction of her brother right here. Quatsin, Hebrew chief. That's where they got this Spanish word from. Roll the corn. This is the brother. Look at that man. Karachi comes from Qatsin. Qatsin comes from Quatsin, Hebrew. The chief. Q-A-T-S-I-N. Quatsin. That's the real word. This is Spanish. That's how they had the knowledge from you. These were Hebrews. The first people. These are the people Columbus came across when he hit the islands. Hebrews. Feather-wearing Hebrews. And that's the way we're going to have to teach it. Because anything else is a lie. Roll the coin. These are the people I'm speaking for. That's why I do what I do. You're not going to forget these people. We're not going to be teaching y'all all that old French ass shit where people wearing suits. We were rocking feathers. Roll the coin. Haru feathers, to be exact. To be exact. Anna Corona. Haiti. Hung, people. She was hung. She was speaking Hebrew. She was hung when colonizers got there. It wasn't no other languages around before colonizers got there. She was already speaking her native tongue. Kassin, Quatsin. These are people I speak for. We're not gonna lie on these people, bro. These our ancestors, because these people came from these people came from North and South America to the islands. That's where the bloodline come from. These still our people. Now, when somebody put all that extra shit on top of it, this what they do. But these people come from North and South America. Arawak, Taino come from America. They are the mound builders. We got mounds in Haiti aligned with the Pleiades. Just like we got mounds in Mississippi aligned with the Pleiades. But we was in Mississippi before we got to Haiti. Melanated Hebrews. Speaking Hebrew. Hurricane became hurricane. Hurricane is Hebrew. The South American Arawak and Taino were telling Spanish about hurricane. You thought that was English, didn't you? That's Hebrew, nigga. Ain't no other language added on to hurricane. Europe don't get hurricanes, big dog. Europe don't get hurricanes. They don't know nothing about that. To Americans was saying hurricane. Kanin. Haru. Awa. That ain't no motherfucking nothing. That is our language. No damn land. Nobody over there, no French talking about no Awa. Fuck. Roll the coin. These who I speak for. She was executed. Come on, y'all. Figure this shit out. Our words became English words. All they did was switch a couple letters. And then their language came from our ancient language. And I can prove it all. I want y'all, this is what Truth Now teaching. And I'm not trying to go off on nobody. I ain't with that shit today. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Our people on the land was speaking Hebrew. Every tribe. Anybody not teaching that, I'm at their fucking throat. I don't care who it is. That is our language. When Native Americans try to ask what's our language, Hebrew. Y'all walk around saying, hey, right now. Native American walk around saying, hey. Hey is Hebrew, nigga. What are you talking about? You speaking Hebrew? You don't even know it, hunter-gatherer. Hi, hey, hey, hi. Hey is Hebrew. Hey is Hebrew. Talking about who ain't speaking their language. Yes, the hell we is. We say hey every morning. Hey, what up, bro? Hey, what going on, my boy? Y'all didn't put this shit together yet? I done put it together. Roll the coin. Bay. Bay is bye. Bay is bye. Bye. Bay. Bye. That's Hebrew, big dog. Yeah, hurricane. Hebrew. Ain't no motherfucking French. Ain't no Spanish, ain't no Greek, none of that. They don't know nothing about none of that shit. Ain't no hurricane ever hit Russia. Roll the coin. See, you got to use common sense. Shit we are saying come from our land, bro. Doggone, macaw, all that shit, corn, all that shit come from here. That shit wasn't created over there. So you hear doggone over there or doggone, that shit come from here. Common sense. We ain't trying to be no rocket scientists. We just got to use the common sense our ancestors gave us, bro. Why do we say certain things a certain way? They switch the letters up on it and try to say it's English. Y'all speaking English. Y'all speaking a colonizer language. No, the hell we not. No, we not. Because the basis of the language is Hebrew. They mixed in a little English with a lot of Hebrew. Then switch the letters of the Hebrew word to English words and try to make all of it English. Don't you see what they done to your people? Creek Indians around here talking about some a B, a wah, Kanai, Haru, Halil, Halah. That's Hebrew. I wish one of you hunter-gatherers asked me to speak some Hebrew. I'm going to speak it to you, hunter-gatherers. Truth, now let me hear your language. I'm going to talk about your ass like a dog in Hebrew. Ask me my language. And it going to sound like a little bit of English, too. That's why they get all this shit mixed up in. No, I ain't getting it mixed up. I know where it come from. I don't get it mixed. You think we are God's chosen people. What language did God's chosen people speak, bro? Put it in the chat. See, we got to get back to the facts. What language did God's chosen people speak? Put it in the chat. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing with all this fake ass knowledge, bro. They was speaking Hebrew. Anybody going against that is going against God's chosen people. Shit that simple, bro, to me. It's that simple to me. I ain't got to wait till I see the double cross. I see the double cross coming. I'm 3 steps ahead of a hunter-gatherer at all times. You're not finna tell my people we got another language that got anything to do with anything across the waters. My people are descendants from the so-called Hebrew, Atlantean. So therefore, we wrote Paleo-Hebrew, evolving up to Hebrew language. It's that fucking simple. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Stop playing with us. I ain't do all this research for nobody to get on here. See, then where shit go wrong. Truth Now research 12, 13 years ahead in the book. And then somebody just get on here and teach some bullshit they just think happened. No. We ain't doing that. I researched too hard. I dug too deep. Up all night reading books. I'm not finna let nobody lie to my people, and I know the truth. Nobody. That's how I feel about this. I'm going through all these old tribes. They are saying Hebrew terms as I go through books through the years. So I'm like, okay, That is the language of the land. Then they start switching up the letters, making them English words. Making you add English words and French words and Greek words to our language. Then it begot mixed together. Then they called it all English at the end. I ain't going for that. It's foolishness. Now think about this. What happened at the Tower of Babel? Think about this, y'all. What happened at the Tower of Babel? Put in the comments. Anybody know the answer to that? What happened at the Tower of Babel in the Middle East or in Africa, wherever that motherfucker is? What happened? Anybody know the answer to that? Put in the comments. What happened at the Tower of Babel? What went wrong at the Tower of Babel? The languages. A.D. Desmond said it ain't real. It might not be real, but at the same time, that's a real story though. At some area over there, the languages got confused and mixed. Why did the languages get mixed over there? I thought everybody was speaking Hebrew. How? See what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? If everybody in my chat speaking Hebrew, we're not gonna have no language deficiency. Cause we all speak the same language, right? So when our language goes to another area of the world, the languages get confused. Now they speaking all this mumbo jumbo gibberish with Hebrew, with all these other languages they create over there in Africa and Europe. Now there is a language barrier mix up. That is the story of Babel. You ever heard about that shit happening over here? You ever heard about the mound builders meeting up at a mound and the languages got mixed? Hell no, because we were speaking the same language from the same land. You ever heard about the old mix, the Mayans and all them folk mixing, the languages got mixed? No, me neither. Confusion of the devil started. The devil is confusion. The devil is in people. People cause confusion. That devil worship shit come from over there. They are the people started the confusion. Now you see where I'm coming from? Why is languages getting in the way over there? Why is languages bumping heads on God's chosen land? That don't supposed to happen. They never bumped head over here. All they do is say, that's a Choctaw language. That's a Yamasee language. That's a Tamuka language. No, all them languages based in Hebrew. That's what they don't want to tell you. Every languages them American melanated Indian was speaking in the Southeast were based off of Hebrew. I'm telling you what I know. Not what I done heard, not what I done stole some not from somebody else. I learned this from reading and learning it. Them languages from them southeastern tribes were based on Hebrew. Simple. That is actually true. Everything I say is true, bro. I'm about 95% right. I be wrong here and there, but I ain't wrong about that. I'm not wrong about that at all. You know why? Because I just showed you. The receipts are simple, bro. Them people with that language went around the world and planted it up. They planted it. They went to a land not planted. That land not planted don't have our same language, bro. They don't have our astrology knowledge, bro. They don't have our agriculture and irrigation and plow knowledge, bro. They don't have they don't have the virtuousness of these people, bro. They don't stick together like these people. That's why They have a covenant with nature. And they turned that in the Bible into a covenant with God. Now you understand it? It's simple, really, bro. We make it hard by trying to over knowledge the situation. This stuff is simple. Once you find out what makes people God's chosen people, you can see it clear. It's crystal clear at that point. What separated our culture from other cultures? Agriculture. Let me show it to you one more time. Agriculture. Simple. Let me show it to you one more time. Roll the corn. One more good time. One good time. One more time. One more time. I'm going to teach this one more time. I'm going to say this one time. Give me a 2. Give me a 2. I'm going to say this one more time. And whoever don't understand it, they just don't understand it. The ability to cultivate the land and harvest crops was a tangible sign of God's blessing and faithfulness to his covenant. Agriculture was not just a way of life, but a deeply connected to the Israelites' spiritual relationship with God and nature. Agriculture connected you to spirituality. I told y'all that. The ability to cultivate the land and harvest crops is tangible sign of God's blessing, faithfulness to his covenant. God's chosen people have a covenant with nature and God. The covenant is the ability to cultivate the land and harvest crops and feed your people. Therefore, you are in tune with nature. Therefore, you kept your end of the bargain with the covenant with nature and God. Who are the people with the first agriculture knowledge? The Mississippians, the mound builders of North America. We got hybrid crops. We don't have regular crops. We got crops made specifically for us. Them your ancestors in them mounds, aligning them mounds up with the spring and summer solstice for the sowing and the harvest of the seed. Now that you understand it, this shit ain't hard. Quit trying to overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Use common sense. These are the people they talk about in all these religious books. Your ancestors. Because you ain't come from no Africa. You're too healthy. You think too smart. Come on, man. Your people ain't never starved, bro. Never. Even on a plantation, they ain't starved. Come on, man. The land is too plentiful. The promised land is plentiful. Plentiful of what, truth now? Agriculture. Paradise is agriculture. Paradise is waking up, grabbing a lemon or an orange or an apple off the tree, hit that motherfucker, eat it, run around and hop in these beautiful lakes and rivers. That's paradise. Paradise is not sand blowing in your face in 120-degree heat with no water and no trees. The paradise they speak of God's chosen people is right here in America. Every tree in the Bible in Florida. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Stop playing. The citron tree, the pomegranate, come from here. Shit, they be lying on the internet talking about it was found in Africa. Nah, fuck all that. Ain't no pomegranate growing in the desert, bro. Somebody put that there. Stop it. Stop playing on my intelligence. Fuck AI. AI be capping too. AI is misconstrued to not tell the real history sometimes. It's a lie. Ain't no lemon trees growing on the Nile River, bro. Y'all can stop this shit. Why is the Hebrew so in depth with the lemon and the citron and the orange and the pomegranate and the fig and the olive tree? Shit don't come from no desert area, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. The code broke. The code is broke, hunter-gatherers. You can deny it all you want. Truth now broke the code. The code is our people left here and went there and planted the world that was unknown and was not planted. That's what happened. And those people became all the people they speak about in these books. Because our land was planted. Our land was plentiful. We had 1 million harvests. Roll the corn. I love y'all, I'm in love with you. Y'all are God's chosen people from God's chosen land. Y'all are God's chosen people from God's chosen land because our ancestors are those people who took their knowledge over there. They can stop lying. So me on here speaking about is we from America, that don't even make sense no more. That's beyond me at this point. Is we Indians, that's beyond me at this point. I taught what I taught to trump all of the treaty and the Indian and colonizer and Moorish knowledge. My information trump all that. If I show you a mound of land like Egypt in the middle of Georgia, we ain't got to look at no treaty no more. If I show you artifacts with the same metals and materials used in the mounds on the Mississippi that they used in Egypt and Kush, we ain't got to look at no treaties and no Indian shit no more. We ain't got to do that. I'm showing y'all prehistoric stuff that go along with our prehistoric culture. Right? I wanted to go above and beyond of just the Indian teaching. Because that's where everybody is basing their hats on treaties written in a court system that ain't worth a fuck. Do I care about a treaty that a Native American signed with a corporation and a Moor? No. What they gonna do for me? Nothing. It ain't done nothing yet. That's not gonna do nothing for me. Me going through government documents all day is not gonna do nothing for my people. But me showing you your culture, showing you where this come from, showing you why this is like this today, that's more powerful than that. Because now you linking in with your real ancestors. See, some of these people who teach the Indian knowledge think they just started being Indians 1,000 years ago. No, big dog. Where did that culture come from? What does it mean? Why does the Native American assimilate that culture? You just ain't popped up when Choctaw popped around. You ain't pop up with Choctaw and Chickasaw Creek and Cherokee. Your people here way before that. Way before that. Now, I read a Spanish book that said whatever area these Indians stayed in, some of them, they just named them the place where they stayed in. Whatever area they stayed in, they just named the Indian after where they stayed in. That's why you got Gullah Geechee. Indians on the Ogeechee River, just call them the Gullah Geechee, the Geechee Indians. Ain't no damn Africans, man. They just called the people in that area where they found them at something that's of that area, right? That's an American river in Georgia. They ain't got nothing to do with no damn Africa. Geechee ain't got nothing to do with Africa. They can stop. The Geechee River been flowing before the Spanish even had a country. Before Britain even had a country, the Geechee was flowing. So, we've been here since the beginning of mankind, going up into mound building. Started wearing feathers because of the falcon feather, the Haru ideology. Building mounds, burying our people in it the whole time, all over America. Then on the back end, we became Indians of an area. And that's what the colonizers called us, different names of the areas we were living in. They call them the Mississippian culture because the mound was all over the Mississippi and the Mississippi River in Louisiana side, right, out too. They just called them what they was around, right? But you got to go deeper than that. You got to go deeper than what some white man wrote on a piece of paper in a fucked up government corporation in the 1700s, 1500s. Our history is way more rich than that. So I just want to show that the culture here evolved into other large cultures around the world. And it always was here to hold. It always was here. Feather wearing came from the falcon teachings, the Haru teachings, the Birdman teachings. That's why you find Birdman artifacts in mounds made out of the same copper that went around the world. See, this is the knowledge everybody don't know. We got Birdman tablets made out of copper. The same 90% pure copper is found in Egypt. Only place in the world that copper comes from is the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes has the purest copper on the world. If the copper is over 90% pure, it came from the Great Lakes. Egyptian artifacts still have Lake Superior copper in them right now. Come on, bro. Sumerian artifacts. Lake Superior copper. Still in them artifacts today. They won't teach you that, though. The Bronze Age, the Copper Age, the Minions, brought copper all over the world. Gold, corn, all over the world. Building structures. We have waves of people going to different places, bro. Y'all think people came here? No, we went there. They came here later. We went there in BC times. Wasn't nobody moving around the world but us in BC times, people. That's why they always speak of the Atlantean or the Hebrew, bringing exotic goods to the area. Exotic goods is copper, corn, things that come from America, avocados, animals, trees. Go look it up. Sumerians talked about it. Egyptians talked about it, everybody. The exotic goods that are coming into these areas are coming from here. Y'all have a great day, man. I love y'all and I'm in love with you, man. If y'all missed the first part of this live, go to my YouTube. The link is in my bio and check it out. And I want to tell y'all something too. Y'all don't be mad at me, bro. I'm doing short films, right? Short films. I got a lot of hood stuff, like hood stories I'm going to put on short film. So y'all don't be like, Truth now speaking all this, then he come back with the shoot 'em up, bang, bang. Don't do me like that. It's just I want to get into the film industry, and these are the stories I got to do first. Because they are shorter and they are, I can get my eye for the film. But I'm coming back with our real history on film. I'm coming with that. But I'm just kind of building it up. It's a couple, urban stories I got to tell first that I got a linked in with my film guy, because these stories come from me and him, because me and him cool. So he want to do those stories first, then I'm gonna do my stories on the back end, and I'm cool with that because I get to learn how this stuff works. I was very interested in film and all my life, so now that I have a chance to do it, when I put out some of this gangster shit, now don't be looking at me crazy, because these are just some stories from old Mississippi, that like some paid in full type stuff, like some boys in the hood type stuff from Mississippi, but I want y'all to see that. And I'm going to also do the knowledgeable documentary videos with him also. So y'all see my film promo pop up in my short film. Don't be on my, don't roast me. Don't do that. Truth out here teaching all this violence. No, bro, these just stories I grew up with and I saw my own eyes. And sometimes you got to bring these stories to life if you can. And, so y'all don't bash me. I'm going to start putting a series on my YouTube. So one of them is called Killer Be Killed. Killer Be Killed series. About some guys in Jackson, Mississippi. And I'm going to put that story out. And I got another one called The Booby Boys. The Booby Boys, right? I ain't going to tell y'all what that is. That's fire too. Then I'm going to start doing some of the melanated Indian in the South. Like, I'm going to try to go get a documentary with Chief Warhorse. I'm going to try to pay her good. They just give me a 2-3 hour documentary of her land, her people. I'm going to go down there where she at. If I can get it done, I ain't got the agreement yet, but I want to bless, show her some love and pay her for a documentary where I can sit down and talk to her. And me and her put that on real 4K, 5K film, right? Do that with Rod Hayes. Do that with different people I know who are knowledgeable about certain things. And I want to sit down. I don't want to sit down with everybody. I just want to sit down with certain people that I feel that is in touch with what I'm really saying, right? And I'm gonna go from there, and I'm gonna try to do some films about some melanated Indians and what tribes, what happened when Spanish came, and it might be a short film, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. That's the best I can do with my budget, right? But somebody gotta show these stories, bro. Somebody gotta show Tuscaloosa, bro. Somebody gotta show the Choctaw on the mounds, the Natchez on the mounds. Somebody gotta show this stuff, bro. And like I said, I don't always know how I'm gonna fund all these movies, because these movies cost money. But I'm gonna do them one at a time, and hopefully when I put them out, people will support them, and I can keep moving into our culture in America, because we have no films of our culture, not one. Every time they talk about Tuscaloosa, he a white boy. Every time they talk about Choctaw Indians, they white boys, they Native Americans. They're not showing the melanated American Indian in his habitat doing nothing, right? So I aim to make some type of short films about that. So we can have something to look at of that nature, right? But I love y'all and I'm in love with you, man. I just want to put that out there so y'all can know. When y'all see me drop different things, don't think I'm fried and I'm tripping. It's just my film company. It's going to be called Truth Now Films, right? And we know the Truth Now Films or something like that. And it's just going to be things I have experienced and things I want to show of the history of our people, man. Y'all have a great day. I love you and I'm in love with you. Subscribe to my YouTube because I'm going to start putting all my films on my YouTube. Like, and when I make a long enough film, I'm going to try to put them on Tubi and stuff like that. But the YouTube's going to be the place where the films are going to start dropping it. Love you, man. Peace to God's chosen people on God's chosen land. They were speaking God's chosen knowledge, man. I love you and I'm in love with you. We know the truth now. My boy said not Tubi. It got to be seen by the masses, bro. Got to work with what you got. We know the truth, man.